Hello, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda. I am a close to my heart maker. Thanks for stopping by. And today I'm going to show you how I did this layout for our two dogs that we had way back in the 90s. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you'll notice the subscribe button is in red. If you have subscribed, it's grayed out and you're good to go. I appreciate all of those that have subscribed already. And one quick thing, I'm using the papers from the You Are Enough, and it was a special a while ago, but as of today's recording, it is still available. Who knows what's going to happen after the Black Friday sales. When I start a layout, I always start with my photos and then pick my papers around them, or that's what I like to do. So I picked these You Are Enough papers, and this is a used pack, obviously, that I've made cards out of and a whole bunch of things. So in that pack was also that base page with all of the rose gold on it, and I thought it would work really well with the color carpet we had in our house. So now I'm just showing you some of the other embellishments that I've pulled from my stash. I am kind of on a mission to use up more of my supplies. We are moving again here in 7, 8, 9 months, and the less that we have to move, I kind of think the better it's going to be. So there were the twist ties there. Here are some of the corrugated shapes from close to my heart. These are the durables that were ever so popular. And I was thinking that the round ones might mimic the ball, because there is one of the balls where the dogs like to play with it. There's some compliments that are on there. And then I pulled out this old stamp set. It's a Dog's Life, I think is what it's called. And so I decided that for these photos with the dogs that I wanted to have a roughed up edge, and so I'm just tearing it. And I, especially with the white cardstock from close to my heart, it's so thick, and it's also I don't know how you would call it, like fibrous with threads that go both directions, that when I'm pulling it against the ruler, it doesn't just do a straight edge. It actually, if you rock it a little, it gives it that give and take. So I really like that look. And here I'm putting the photo on, and then I will use my ruler to rip the last side so that I can get it spaced the way I want to. And you can see how I just kind of rock my hand back and forth. And I don't make you watch me do all of the tears. And it's a learning curve. I mean, even from my first tear to my last tear, I learned a lot. So give yourself some time and just play with it. I had this little tag that was sitting in my embellishment bowl. If you've watched my channels, I have this embellishment bowl that I just kind of throw, the one-off pieces that are left. And the tag works perfectly for the stamp set, especially with the photos that I have, because it says the only way to have a friend is to be one. And our two dogs at that point, we had Shadow, the black and white husky, for a while, and XP was still a pup. And if you're wondering why the name XP, it has nothing to do with computers. It has to do with supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So I stamped the It's a Dog Life as my title, and the tag with the only way to be a friend, or to have a friend, is to be one. And now I'm looking at how to put these photos on and what's going to work. And I like to dry fit. I won't say always, but I like to dry fit because it gives me an opportunity to move things around, see what's going to work, what I like, what I don't like. See, now I scooched all of those 3 photos down. And as I'm looking at it, I'm going to pull out some embellishments and audition them in different places. And it just, by not gluing everything down right away, at least in my world, it gives opportunities for aha moments. And I think we all kind of build our skills as far as what works, what doesn't work, and just trying different things. This was a tag, it says Born Tough, and it was a tag from one of the boy collections from close to my heart. And I just love having the corrugated stars along with the fabric of the tag. It's kind of a canvas fabric, and then the smoothness of the cardstock. And it was a whole bunch of textures going on, and I was really enjoying how that was coming together. I'm also really enjoying that I'm digging out and using several different embellishments, even if it's only 3 or 4 this time from this pack. For every layout that I do, it's just gonna add up to them being used up and gone. I love these stars that have the gold edges on them, and also the heart with the gold. When our dogs played, I don't know if you're a dog person, you've watched dogs play, it's a lot of fun. So that's what they're doing, is just kind of playing and having fun and getting to know each other. And here I'm showing you with these twist ties that I want to say was from the Urban collection way back when. It's just a striped twist tie, and I thought that originally I got it out thinking that I would cut them down and tie it to make it look like the rope that the dogs are tugging with. And when I had the tag, I also needed a ribbon for that, and I thought, great, I'll use the twist tie for that. And I showed you that serrated edge scissors and also wire cutters are what I recommend that you use for the wire ties. You can use your regular micro tip scissors, but it tends to dull the blade. And originally I was going to use the sapphire to ink the edges, but I went ahead and decided to use toffee instead. And I'm not going to make you watch me do all of that, but you can see here where I just used that twist tie to fold over into the tag to give it an end. And then I'm trimming off the ends of that twist tie with my wire cutters. I think I have, here's what I'm going to give the demonstration of trying to make this tie into a rope that looks like what they're playing with. And it really wasn't that difficult, other than a couple of the times when I tried it, the actual paper came off the wire, so I then had to slide it down so it was covering the wire. But really I just tied 2 knots, and I was just very careful in pulling them down and getting them to smush, and I like how this turned out. I ended up making 3 of them total, so that I could put on the page as kind of the dog's toys that were always laying around the living room, kind of like kids' toys, I guess, but softer than Legos. I'm going to start gluing the photos down, and I had forgotten which one I had in the middle at first, so I realized after I put adhesive on the back of one of the pictures that was our middle one. That wasn't the one that went up in the corner. And I ended up, when I put them down this time, they were slid up. They weren't quite as far down in the corner as I had them when we started this video. And I'm okay with that, because I end up adding that star in the bottom corner, and it kind of closes the gap between the photos of my husband on the couch with the dogs roughhousing and then the dog pictures that are cascaded along the front. And I'm trying to hide this lovely green wall color that's in our first house as much as I can. It's there, it's a memory, but I'm trying to camouflage it. So have you ever painted a room a color and went, that's not the right color? Well, we've done it since then, and we've learned to just go ahead and repaint it right away. Don't wait, don't live with it. So, and now I'm putting all of these stars and hearts back on, kind of layering and making sure that I'm working in groups of 3 to kind of keep your eye going around the layout. I decided to glue all the embellishments together, and then I'm splattering them. Originally I was thinking I was going to splatter the whole page, but with everything going on in that background with the rose gold and all the different colors, I decided I just wanted the embellishments splattered and not the whole layout. So you guys, that's another option for you. So now those embellishments are dry. I'm going to adhere them down, again camouflaging as much of that green wall as I can. All the things we do in our youth. I really like how this little tag vignette works at the top there. And I grabbed the wrong big star at first for this, but I realized, nope, that doesn't fit there. It's covering up too much. So this is the first part of me playing with that wire tie rope toy. I end up trying it in 6 different places, I think, or I'll make a second one and do that too. So it's okay to audition elements in different places and to get it wrong, or to, move it from what you originally thought you were going to do. It all works out in the end. Moving that rope, I'm going to call it, one more time. And I'm trying to make it look, because it was such a limp, it was a rope. It truly had some, it wasn't stiff at all. And the wire tie here is definitely more stiff. So I'm trying to give it that free form look while it hangs on the layout. So now I'll find a place for this second one, and it's going to kind of accent our title area up there. And I'm kind of with the strip for the title and the rope and the patch, I'm going to call it. It just gives, like, that's a cluster in of itself. I pulled out some sequins thinking that I wanted to use some of those on here, But between the stars with the gold on them and the rose gold on the You Are Enough papers, it felt like it was enough. And I had thought about putting a tag or just a square of paper down with my journaling on it. And then as I was looking at it, I was like, no, just get out your gel pen and write away. So that's what I did. And basically, it just says that at first Shadow, the black and white dog, wasn't too sure about having this pup in our house, but it wasn't really long. And Shadow, who's such a high energy dog as a husky, really enjoyed having another animal to play with and roughhouse with. And they did very well together. So here I'm taking these durables and I'm just kind of using them almost as arrows, pointing to the journaling, pointing to the dogs. And then it's all of these arrows point to the center of the layout. So it keeps drawing your eye in and around the layout. Here's a close-up of some of those clusters and that beautiful You Are Enough paper with the rose gold metallics already built in. This layout came together so quick and easy. It was fun. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and that button is red, go ahead and click on that so that you can not miss any of my content. Here's another video you may be interested in, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.